It's about time for me to get picked up, Millie.
Up. Ozzy, did you see it? The monster's here on the playground.
Millie, have you met my dad? He's here picking me up from school.
I hope I didn't frighten you, Millicent. I'm looking forward to meeting your mother at the PTA meeting this week.
Did he say eating my mother, or were my knees knocking together so loud I misheard? Millie, your teacher sent a note home suggesting that children come along to the first town meeting. I know. I'm coming. Me. I have reason to suspect Ozzy's dad is going to try to eat you. This is going to be one of those evenings, isn't it, kiddo? Do you think the squirt gun is big enough? There's something a little bit embarrassing about coming to a PTA meeting with my mom. Oh, well, all the other kids are in the same boat. So I guess it could be worse. Hi, Stefan.
Hey, Millie. This is my dad.
Actually, it could be a lot worse.
I set the VCR to tape Babylon 5 while we're here.
You must be Millie's mother. I'm Avery's mom. Pleased to meet you. I enjoy these PTA meetings, myself. It's great to have the opportunity to discuss the issues that really affect our children. You actually send your daughter to school in those generic brands over? Please.
Hey, Avery. This is my dad. Hi.
Hello, Avery, I'm pleased to meet you.
Ozzy? You're not by any chance adopted, are you? Goodness, whatever gave you that idea? Ozy and Millie.
By Simpson. The better part of valor is discretion. According to Shakespeare, the situation is ominously clear. Apparently, Ozzy's dad is a big scary thing. And, since this is a PTA meeting, he could be lurking around any corner. At times like this, only the very cool-headed survive. If I'm going to avert disaster, I've got to keep every one of my wits about me. This is what separates the prey from the...
Millicent?
Mom, run. He's gonna eat us.
Evidently my reputation precedes me.
Dad, the only thing that doesn't is your tail.
I see Millie's over there talking with your dad.
Yeah, she was scared of him at first. But now she seems to be doing just fine.
It's funny. Not they seem to have a lot to say each other. I'm very sorry for spraying you with the fire extinguisher, sir.
Think nothing of it.
You know, Ozzy, your dad is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I like him.
And I guess I learned a few things about fear, and dragons and other people in general.
So now you can get back to being afraid of clowns.
Oh, shut up.
Gesundheit. Oh, come on now. Who on earth would be dumb enough to let you cut their hair? I have this feeling that someday I'll be relating this to a psychiatrist.
Oh, hush, I paid you $5, didn't I?
Remind me why I'm letting you do this.
'Cause you want to look really marvelous.
I thought I looked okay before.
Well, you'll look a lot less boring after this.
Do I want to know what you think is unboring?
Come on, be adventurous. I'll be right back.
Tell me those aren't hedge clippers.
Say, deep down, haven't you always wanted a purple mohawk?
I'm afraid to open my eyes.
Relax, Ozzy. You'll look exotic.
Acknowledgement. It's not a French poodle cut, is it?
Oh, no, not French. More Mexican really.
Now I'm really afraid to open my eyes.
Actually, maybe you'd better not for a couple months. So what do you think? I guess I got kinda carried away with evening it out. It's not so bad, though. I mean, you sorta look alternative. Like Michael Stipe. Maybe. You know, really short hair is in right now. And it's good to be adventurous and try new things. Nothing ventured, nothing. Ozzy, say something.
AAAUGH.
I'll go get the Elmer's glue.
Millie, my dad and your mom will be back from having coffee any minute. We could be in serious trouble.
Let's not panic. I've surveyed our options. We could scotch tape your fur back on, or maybe use this old gray rug as a replacement. Or we could use this.
That's not that Ronco spray on hair, is it?
Actually,
21st century. We have much better tools than that. Look, a perfectly good Zapco video game system. We've got Destructo Man. Duke Nukem blows up everything. All the good games. Yeesh. Get with it, Tim.
Millicent, I can't quite make out this word in your book report. So how come Kenneth Starr got to say it in his report? It's no good. This is obviously not working. You know, when you get right down to it, this is a flagrant case of age discrimination.
You know, we could just go inside the building.
I tried. I couldn't see over the counter. Bath time, Sprouts. Bath time? How can you even think about baths when all over the world, people are starving, dying in wars, living on the streets? As unspeakably tragic as that is, no one's suffering will be alleviated by your being dirty. How come that argument only works when she uses it to force me to eat lima beans?
Actually, Millie, I'm not sure that doing finger exercises on an acoustic would help much.
Happy Halloween, kids.
Hey, is that Avery? Nice costume. Thanks. It looks like you're going for a sort of Ingmar Bergman motif. Actually, I've just found the neighbors give me a lot more candy if they can't tell it's me.
Honestly, Millie, I don't know why you need so many toys in your bath. I wonder when she'll catch on to the fact that there's no water in there.
Ozy and Millie.
By Simpson. With my snow fort and my snowball arsenal, I am invincible. I dare any challenger to take me on.
How many times must the cannonballs fly before they're forever banned? All we're saying is give peace a chance. And thus, passive resistance is dealt yet another vicious blow by cold reality. Hey, what are you doing, boogerhead? You're not gonna waste Christmas asking for candy. Who could stretch himself out to pit down chimneys. And then he'd kill the people inside and eat their livers.
The holidays sure must be jolly at your house.
Then he built a nest out of old newspapers and bile.
Christmas Day arrives again, bringing with it the usual mix of goodwill, good smells and a mess of wrapping paper. The children appreciate it the most by far, even as the holiday season grows increasingly commercial. The voices of children shall resonate with disarmingly sincere wonder. Is that all? Brain exercises.
I don't think they're working.
I got a ton of Christmas loot this year. CDs, a bunch of designer clothes. These shoes I got are to die for. Hey, look. It's Millie. Ooh, it's little millionaire clothes. Are you on your way to your boyfriend? Millie, you are so weird. I think Santa's definitions of naughty and nice leave something to be desired. People go about New Year's resolutions all wrong. Everyone always makes these grand resolutions that they never manage to keep. They could make more of a difference if they'd make smaller, more realistic ones.
So what are you resolving for next year?
Not to cause the Earth to crash into the sun.
Ozzy, do you realize it's next year in New York, but here it's still this year? So? People take it for granted, but think of the possibilities. These sorts of anomalies often lead to earth-shaking scientific discoveries. This seemingly innocent work of time may hold the secret to time travel itself. I'll go call Nova. I'll give you a cut of the Nobel Prize money if you get me some pretzels.
I hope you realize that if you send me to my room, it'll just make my approval ratings skyrocket.
You're eating a lot of those potato chips.
Yeah, but look here. It says just 1 gram of salt per serving. It's great. Science has gotten the salt down to just 1 gram per serving. And you can't even taste the difference.
Serving size 1/2 of a chip.
I'm thirsty. I'm going to go get the garden hose.
Good evening, and welcome to the 3 o'clock news with Ozymandias and Millicent. Let's go directly to Millicent Mudd, with today's top story. Millicent?
Thanks, Ozzy. That red tie goes great with your fur. And how come they call oranges oranges when they don't call bananas yellows or limes greens?
What are you doing?
I'm a color commentator.
Welcome to the 3 o'clock news. And now the details of our top story.
Hold it.
Hold it?
Haven't you noticed the complaints that grown-ups all seem to have about the news lately? Everyone's sick of getting all the ugly, unnecessary details of everything. Too much information can actually be bad for the news. Here you go.
Our top story today. Some stuff happened.
It's accurate. I checked. Mr. Laurenblatt, I promise I would have practiced. But I really had to reconfigure the most recent styrofoam grapefruit.
Boy, it seems like it goes on forever.
It does, doesn't it, son? The world's a big place. Sometimes it can be intimidating. But if you travel far enough in one direction, you end up back where you started. Wiser for all you're seen and experienced.
Actually, I was referring to your tail.
Well, that too.
What's that?
It's the 1812 Overture.
So you're...
Playing air cannon.
Hi, this is Millie. Is Ozzy there?
No, I'm sorry, he's out playing with another friend.
Ozzy has other friends?
I understand.
At least I think we are. Maybe he just wants to hang out with other boys more. Maybe he's tired of getting teased for having a girl for a best friend. Maybe I said something that hurt his feelings. Maybe he's mad that I threw that snowball at him. Maybe he's just sick of me. Maybe he's noticed that I talk to my rubber duck. Going to spend a whole day inside? I guess Ozzy's off playing with Avery instead of me. Well, feel free to invite another friend over. If you like. Mom, please. I'm trying to feel sorry for myself. Sorry, want me to go get my violin? Okay, so Ozzy's gone today. Big deal. There's lots of other kids around.
Well, I got a charisma roll of 34. So that stops the dwarf spell of hideousness. You should use the Sword of Peria now. I think I need a scroll of vertigo to get past this level. Oh, hi, Millie. What are you up to?
Looking for some kids from the planet Earth.
Sorry, this game takes place in the Zyger Galaxy. Millie, the orc's about to attack.
Okay, I'll, use the scroll of perspicacity.
You gain 3 intelligence points. He hits you over the head with a club.
I stagger around in pain.
He runs you through with a harpoon. You lose your last 3 hit points. You die.
Great. I'm even a failure at being a dweeb.
If being a dweeb was easy, everyone would do it.
So I have nobody to hang out with. Big deal. I'm perfectly capable of entertaining, yes. Even enlightening myself. Look, it's Millie, sitting all by herself. What's the matter, Millie? Can't find any friends? Ha 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 ha, what a loser. Then again, maybe I'll just lie on the pavement mortally wounded. It's all the same, really.
Well, what have we here?
Go away. I'm beyond hope.
Nonsense. I know just the cure.
No way, life is constant suffering.
Well, since you put it that way, I'll have to find someone else to share apple pie with.
Wait, I feel a miraculous recovery coming on.
You sure? I wouldn't want to disrupt a lovely bit of pathos. Millicent, I sense you're a bit jealous that Ozy is off playing with Avery today.
What do you want to do?
I don't know.
I think whoever invented training wheels is laughing at me.
And we'll have more on the impeachment trial after this. I wonder why they call it impeachment.
Do I want to know what you mean?
I just mean, why peaches? Why not blueberries? Or apples? Or pears?
Because everybody involved is already impaired.
Don't make me dump this orange juice on your head.
Rain sounds neat against umbrellas and rain hats, doesn't it?
Don't make me show you how that umbrella sounds against your head.
I hope you realize how painfully uncool it is.
Miss Flintman, as much as I'd love to play full contact volleyball, I need to be excused. I have interzoomatic elbow, knee and head counterfabulations. Ozy, what do you think is the meaning of life?
I don't know. I try not to think about it too much.
You don't wonder even a little bit?
Well, sure I do. But other stuff is a bit more immediate.
I can't help but think about things like that. I look beyond the mundane. I ask the grand questions. I put my mind to use.
I saw that coming.
Yet another brief that needs to be finished by tomorrow sharp. And all this work is just to keep falling farther behind. Mom, I'm bored. I can't think of anything to do. It's awful. Must. Keep. From. Pouring. Coffee. On. Girl. I'm sensing a lack of sympathy here, Mom. I bet you wish you were as cool as me, Millie. I got the new Backstreet Spice Boys CD. I don't see what's so cool about them. Gah, Millie, you just don't get it. They're cool because they're cool. When something's cool, it doesn't need another reason. I never realized stupidity was so zen. Millie, let me show you the polite way to hold a fork. Polite way? In polite company. You're expected to hold it like this. People will see you as cultured. So, I'm not supposed to care what people think of the brand names on my clothes, but I'm supposed to care what people think of how I hold silverware? I'm sure someone will think up an explanation, kiddo. Till then, can I eat chili with my fingers? Amazing. I never fancied myself a modern-day Moses. 5:30. Good, plenty of time left. This promises to be an interesting excursion. Several hours in the company of the neighborhood's enigmatic dragon gentleman. I'm not usually given to fussing over my appearance, but it's only polite. He has such impeccable Victorian manners. So if his taste in recreation is anything like his taste in clothing and mannerisms, the class meter should be turned up a notch, or not.
Watch. I'll bounce it off the windmill, deftly avoiding that wad of chewing gum.
Hey Ozzy, I've noticed you hardly ever wear pants. How come?
Haha, super nerd wedgie.
I see.
Flickerhead.
Kid, if you weren't a girl, I'd pop you one right now.
Hey, that's flagrant sexism. Chivalry is nothing but a remnant of patriarchal oppression. I demand equal treatment.
Well, if you insist.
Remind me to send MS Magazine my dental bill. Hi, Mom. Hi, Millie. You're a mess. I got knocked around a bit by this boy at school. You poor kid. What happened? I called him a boogerhead, so he said he'd hit me if I weren't a girl. So I insisted on egalitarian treatment and managed to get him to beat me up. Well, I guess I'm still prouder than if you were jumping off the roof with an umbrella. You know, Mom, all this principal stuff is a really bad influence.
Okay, Ozzy, you're being taunted by the school bully again. Don't acknowledge him. He'll only keep it up as long as he gets a reaction. All I have to do is keep calm until Jeremy gets tired, realizes he's not getting the reaction he wants, and goes away. Yup, I really wore him out.
You've heard about our kids' troubles with that bully at school, I presume?
I've been briefed.
I think we ought to go in and talk with the principal. It's important that you come along too. Not only is your kid involved, but having a 7-foot dragon along adds a certain intimidation factor.
In that case, I should remember to take my apron off.
Ideally.
I can't do much unless I actually see this boy hit your children. Sir and ma'am.
But several other kids gave eyewitness accounts.
This sort of thing happens all the time. MS Mud, it's part of growing up. It takes two to fight, frankly. When these things happen, we believe in stepping aside and letting children learn that in the real world, we use words to settle disputes. Which words? Pray, might you see your way clear to stepping on my face? See? Being reasonable is easy.
So our parents are talking to the principal today, and ratting on Jeremy for beating us up.
Yeah. So what are you changing your name to?
I was thinking of Esmeralda MC Fondue.
Mrs. Sorkowitz, our children have been having some trouble with a playground bully.
I'm not surprised. I'm sure both of your children would have an easier time of it if they weren't so different. Children who don't fit in always have trouble with their peers. You two should be working to help your offspring to become more well-adjusted. Note to self. Schedule. Daughter. 4A. Lobotomy. Very funny. Have you considered cheerleading camp? Do you think my mom and your dad are actually going to solve anything by talking with the teacher?
You never know. I mean, if there's a reason grown-ups are in charge of everything, I guess this is it. They have years of experience that we lack. They may have insights we'd never have. For all we know, they may already have an intelligent solution to our bully problem.
You think my 45-ib son should join the rugby team?
Look, if he's going to have bigger kids collapsing his spine anyway, he might as well be building character.
My dad finally decided he'd go over and talk to Jeremy's dad in person.
Yeah? You know how in school they say bullies are just really insecure about themselves?
What about it?
Well, I imagine Jeremy and his dad live in some rundown trailer in a field someplace.
You may enter now, Sue.
Hello. Jeremy's father, I presume.
Jim Studley, of Studley's Used Cars. What's up?
My son's been having a bit of trouble with your son, of late.
Boys will be boys, eh? Boy, I tell ya, I got into some fights when I was their age.
But your son is twice my son's size.
Listen, if your kid's a wimp, that's his problem. My boy's doing him a favor by teaching him to live in the real world.
How exactly does getting dumped in trash cans with no real recourse relate to the real world?
I can't believe you even have to ask that. Are you saying there's something wrong with Jeremy?
I'm just concerned for my own son's welfare.
Listen, nobody tells me how to raise my kid. You want to step outside?
I believe I'll pass and take my leave of you. Good day, sir.
Come on, what's the matter? Not man enough?
I think we're both old enough to be above such childish behavior.
So then you breathed a fireball and ignited his Porsche.
Well, not deliberately. He had on an entire bottle of cologne, and it caused me to sneeze.
I'd say this ended well. Your dad accidentally wrecked Jeremy's dad's Porsche, and he has no recourse. It's poetic justice.
True. On the other hand, we didn't actually find any way to stop Jeremy from hassling us.
True.
And when Jeremy finds out that our parents ratted on him, he may beat us up all over again.
This is also true. So tell me, Zen boy, did anything good come out of all this?
Well, when I was head first in the trash can, I found a quarter.
Exit light. Enter night. Ta-aki my hand. Well, at least somebody around here is waking up with a song in her heart.
My good Ozymandias, behold the march of scientific progress. It's a frying pan. To the untrained eye, perhaps. Note that I've rigged it to 2 bungee cords, and to a remote-controlled motor I extracted from a toy car. When I flip this switch, the pan will tilt forward, catapulting the eggs onto my waiting plate. And this is progress because it's new and it involves technology. That makes it a boon to society. Engage. There's a lesson here somewhere, and in the interest of science I'm determined not to learn it.
Millie, did you sleep through your alarm? You'll be late for school. There you are. No time for a real breakfast. Scarf down this banana, and hurry. Your overalls are dirty. Here, throw these clothes on and go meet the bus. There's no set of circumstances so miserable that it can't be made worse by having your mother pick out your clothes. I can't believe I had to wear a dress to school today.
It can't be so bad.
There has to be a way to get out of this.
You'd better not be thinking what I think you're thinking.
Okay, it's settled. I'll let you borrow my Beatles CDs for a month.
Don't forget, you also pay for any necessary therapy.
Wow. He's managed to be so much of a sissy that I can't even beat him up.
Hey Ozzy, does it seem to you like the taboo line for commercialism is being pushed farther and farther back?
Hi, I'm the Pope. You know, when I'm cruising along in my Pope Mobile, nothing refreshes me like a cold Kablamo soda. There's a line? It's pepperific. Dad, is the whole world becoming just a big advertisement?
Possibly. But I try to focus on what's beautiful about the world. There's no shortage, you know. Have a look out the window, take a moment to drink in the trees. Bushes. Rocks. Flowers.
Starbucks.
Quick reproducing weeds.
And so, young Ozymandias and his best friend Millicent embarked on a singular mission. To discover if, in fact, any secluded corners of society remained untouched by crass commercialism. Their shadows long in the afternoon sun, the 2 children boldly set forth to find out if a bit of the old America remains. This makes it sound like we're doing something besides checking around the block.
Okay, we'll split up. You look that way, and I'll look this way.
Okay.
"2 minutes into this quest to find someone untainted by commercialism, and guess who I run into? This can't be auspicious."
Oh, hey, I'm practicing in case I'm ever in a Gap ad.
Avery. I'm guessing that's a name brand sweater?
Yup. Bobby Benzorker. Your overalls look generic.
You do know that a lot of name brand clothes are made in sweatshops?
Well, of course. Where else would they make sweaters?
You're not concerned at all with rights?
Of course. But you also need the left shoe. For symmetry.
I have to go now. You're almost starting to make sense.
Thanks.
Well, as usual, Avery's whole existence is a gap pad. I only hope Ozy's having more luck finding somebody whose life isn't dictated by corporate propaganda.
Excuse me. Wood.
Omega. Trendy Juvenile magazine says the Backstreet Spice Boys are now slightly less cool than in the sink. This changes our lives.
Say, Stefan, would you say corporate advertising affects you? Not really. I mute the ads on the TV. That's great too. Ooh, look at this. My collection of Gathering the Obsession cards is developing nicely. I only need 200 more to put together the whole set, but I hear they're putting out another 700 cards next month. So I'll have to buy several more boxes to keep up with all my friends. You're not worried that your brain is being eaten? Nah, I have doubles of the spell of protection against brain-eating card.
Well, I refuse to give up. I have to believe that there are still a few people around who are self-confident, think for themselves and don't need a company to tell them the cool way to pick their noses. I wonder if Mom would let me move to Tibet and her DX.
Either they have your number, or you have theirs.
Hey, Timely. What's that? Some expensive novelty toy?
Nope. It's some aluminum foil.
Foil? You're satisfied with foil? After all the ads for complex, expensive toys, you're happy with foil?
Sure. It's bendy and shiny.
Millie, do you suppose we're all satisfied with simple things until the commercial world drives it out of us?
PSST, Tim. I'll give you $1 for some of that foil.
So Timely was the only person we found who's blissfully unaffected by commercialism.
And Timely's for?
I suppose the lesson here is that ignorance has its benefits.
Should we be reading this, or should we turn on Ricky Lake?
Maybe we could compromise and read TV Guide. Greetings, readers. My name is Ozy and Millie. You may remember me from such comic strips as this one. Given this strip's recent examination of commercialism, I've been asked to inform you that we at Ozy and Millie frown on the practice of product placement. We as a group have agreed that, regardless of the benefits of advertising within these panels, we simply will not tolerate it. Naturally, there were pockets of resistance.
We caught him trying to shave brand names into his fur.
MMF. Dad, I still don't think you're going to manage to blow a smoke cloud in the shape of Winston Churchill.
Well, I did manage a decent David Hasselhoff about an hour ago.
Millicent, you didn't practice this week, did you?
Please, Mr. Larmblatt.
Excuse me?
That is so 6 months ago. The American people are tired of negativity and blame. They're burned out on mudslinging and hearing about who did what wrong. It's time to move on.
Do you really think the American people want to hear you mangle America the Beautiful at the concert?
Those are parents. They don't count.
Say, Ozy, how come you ride on your dad's tail like that?
It's because I like to carry a light snack when I go walking.
He thinks he's being way to humor him. Ozy, are you, adopted? No, actually, I'm a reverse werewolf. Every full moon I turn into a dragon. Whoa.
I wonder what he thought you meant.
You could actually hear the fuses blowing in his brain. I can't believe it works as well as all that.
Oh? Observe ye of little faith. Ahem. Lewinsky. PhD BBT.